This video is brought to you by Squarespace. When it comes to websites, online stores, etc., there's no place to build a beautiful online presence like Squarespace. Hello. I know a lot of you are wondering what I do for my 200,000 subscriber special, so I decided to rant about Detective Pikachu in ASMR. We'll see how this goes. But let's get into it. I have been a fan of Pokemon for years. I did the puzzle as a young boy. I collected cards. I read the books. I even still play Pokemon Go casually. My point is, I was very excited for this film. Even the trailer looked great. As someone who finds Ryan Reynolds to not be very funny, I'll be honest, he made me chuckle. Before you know it, I saw the movie, and I have never left the theater more depressed. Every bone in my body wanted this film to be good, but it just wasn't. Before you say, oh, Karsten, you rant about everything nowadays, shut the fuck up. One, I gotta pay rent, and you guys seem to really like it when I get angry. And two, this is a video I genuinely wanted to make and needed to make because as a Pokemon Go fan, I was genuinely depressed at how disappointing this was. I'm not saying you should hate this movie. I'm not forcing my opinion onto you. I'm just saying why I didn't like it. So let's go over some points. Can you read that? Waste of potential. We're gonna get the big stuff out of the way first. The concept was awesome. As much as I despise animation being brought into a live action format, this thing looked pretty great. Sure, it was terrifying, but what was the alternative, you know? There are a lot of Pokemon, so I understand not being able to fit all of them in. But to not include Magmar automatically puts a bad taste in my mouth. Magmar and I both have forehead ridges, as you can see. Or as you can feel. So I've always emotionally connected to this character. So to not see my boy on the big screen really broke my heart. He was one of the many Pokemon that was left out of the picture. Like, why are there so many Apomps? Why are there so many Loudreds? Why are there so many Snubbles? Nothing against any of these Pokemon, but who the fuck wanted all these Apomps? They really have no excuse for this lack of Pokemon in this film. Even if they only showed a certain Pokemon for like a split second, it would still be some representation. You have a world full of possibilities. There are a lot of people out there, and a lot of Pokemon. It has to be more diverse than what we got going on here. Plus, the Pokemon in this film don't even really do anything cool. They just sit around. They don't use their moves or any unique traits. Literally, what the fuck? Don't let the decent trailer footage fool you. This thing looks like ass. I'm not talking about the Pokemon designs. Pikachu looks amazing. But what the fuck is this? I don't mind the animated fur in this film. In fact, I got a little bit on my head right now. I don't have a mustache because I don't look very good with a mustache, but I guarantee me with a mustache looks better than most of the visual effects in this thing. The film overuses a certain technique that I've seen a lot in films nowadays. It's the thing where they do a crash zoom to make things look a little bit more realistic and authentic. It makes people go, whoa guys, look at, they actually got cameramen out there with those Pokemon. I don't mind this technique that much. It can be done in a creative way if it's done right, but this film uses it way too much to a point where it feels like they're just scattering it throughout random shots and seeing if it sticks, which eventually makes it lose its purpose. I just realized I've been whispering. Is that ASMR? What is ASMR? Anyways, while there are some shots that really pop, there are other shots that feel so undersaturated, which is so weird because this was literally shot on film. And how can we talk about the awful visuals without talking about Mewtwo? That final boss scene is awful. It looked like a cheap kids movie out of the early 2000s. Like, even Spy Kids 3D looks better than this. No hate towards Spy Kids, though. That movie is literally the only reason I'm still alive. And point number 3. This kind of goes hand in hand with my first point, but the lack of Pokemon makes this whole thing feel so boring. It makes me so angry. I'm gonna scream. Ah! Every scene of this film without Pokemon is a drag, and there's a lot of scenes without Pokemon. Like, there's a whole scene near the second act of this thing where Justice Smith is just figuring out what's happening without any interesting things or camera choices happening in the entire thing. There's like no Pokemon for a solid 15 minutes, and those 15 minutes feel like hours. The thing is, there are some scenes that feel so goofy and corny, but that's kind of what the original show was, you know? Pokemon is supposed to be kind of goofy and not that serious, and this thing feels like a bad DC superhero film. So the moment that these goofy and borderline cringe moments come to an end, the film just comes to a sudden halt. I'm gonna repeat that because it sounds good. Halt! Because once again, the only thing bringing any life to this film are the Pokemon, and when you Pokemon. What is the point? To be honest, I'd rather have a Planet Earth style film where we just watch Pokemon roam through the lands aimlessly for like 2 hours. This thing also just missed the opportunity to be something so much bigger than it is. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sick of cinematic universes too, but I'd be all in for a shit ton of Pokemon films. But apparently they kinda don't work, so maybe I don't want them. Thanks a lot, Detective Pikachu. So anyways, I guess that's kind of all I have to say. Thank you again for 200k. It means the goddamn world to me. Even if most of the time you guys are just yelling at me, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Okay, snapping out of ASMR in 3, 2, 1. Thank you again so much for 200k, but before you guys head out, I want to give a quick thank you to this week's sponsor, Squarespace. If you have an idea, a brand, or you just want to build your online presence a bit more in a really beautiful way, I can't think of a better platform to do so on than Squarespace. Thanks to a wide selection of award-winning designer templates, Squarespace will make whatever website you're trying to make look amazing. My favorite feature is probably the 24-hour customer service. As someone who isn't great at website building, it has helped me a lot in the process. In fact, you can go to squarespace.com to get a free trial, and when you're ready to make that URL, you can use my code Karsten to get 10% off of that first purchase. Thank you again so much for watching. Make sure to check out Squarespace, and I'll see you guys in the next one.